iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here tonight, race fans, to the Langley Speedway here tonight. It's the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Short Track Scrambler Series, presented by Red Light Racing. Tonight, it's the Colony Tire Service Center 100 here from the famous Langley Speedway, and it comes in at a perfect time with the perfect car combination. The Langley Speedway, well, we got the limited late model stock. It's the second time we've ever seen the limited late model stock. Last time we saw this car on the raceway, it was Mike Taschereau picking up his first win of the season before he just picked up his last win last week at the Lucas Oil Raceway in the super late model. So a similar body but a different horsepower package, wheel package up underneath the beast here tonight. We'll see if he can do it again 2 weeks in a row. The point standings coming into the night, though, have Dave Bragg at the top of the boards with Dan Butler tied. Dan Butler, though, he, chased himself down south to Florida, down to the Tampa area. He is on vacation. So the point standings may look a little weird after leaving tonight, but they will not tell the whole story. As these drivers here in the series, they do get 1 week of a drop week. So we'll see who will shake where after that drop week kind of funnels its way in. Mark Jenkins, Rex Hoyle are right there, 17 and 21 points respectively back, with Brandon Feeney just 23 points back. Tonight, though, the Colony Tire and Service Center 100. Race fans, are you in need of a tire shop, an automotive repair shop? Look no further than our friends over in Greenville, North Carolina. Colony Tire and Service Center has been there since 1976, and they have made it their priority to make every person who visits the shop in North Carolina, South Carolina, or even the one in Virginia, that it is a personalized style of service for them. We thank them for their support here tonight, but let's head down trackside and get that starting lineup, because it is time to light the fire. Your Six Rings Racing starting lineup looks like this. Starting on the front row, he drives car number 989. That'll be the man, Scott Duncan. Starting to his outside, driving out of Richmond, Virginia, driving the RPM Motorsports number 99. That'll be Mark Jenkins. Back in row number 3, then, he drives car number 12. The Six Rings Racing number 12 will be Eric Stout. The Double V entry, car number 53. Out of the Bragg Racing Stables, this will be Victor Valls. He'll start back there in P number 4. Starting back into the 5th spot, it'll be the Colony Tire Service Center, Culpeper's Bakery and Cafe, number 14 of Brian Bianchi, and how about the Big Dave? Big Dave Bragg. Car number 31 will start 6th. 7th of the Colony Tire Service Center, number 54 of Rex Hoyle, and how about the Racing School number 33 of Mike Taschereau back into the 8th spot. 9th will be the Jiffy the Liquid Molly number 38 of Brandon Feeney, and then it'll be the Higgins Hill Racing Checker Flag Auto Supply number 40 of Rob Higgins. Joshua Buckley will roll from the 11th starting spot with the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes entry, and how about Lightning McQueen, the 0-1. AJ Watkins back into the 12th spot. Starting at 13th here tonight will be Aiden Alvecchione in the 271. How about Arnold Valls back in car number 51? We'll start 14th. Doyle Lowrance, driver out of Spring, Texas. The Raven Graphics number 7 will start back in the 15th spot. And Rob Haynes all the way from sunny California in 16th starting spot here tonight. Greg June, car 66 and 17. At the 20-year anniversary Checkered Flag Auto Supply, Bob Higgins will start shotgun to the field. 18 starters, 100 laps here tonight. We are green flag racing here tonight at Langley. Great start by the race leader, Scott Duncan. He'll boot scoot boogie down the back straightaway as the race leader. Everybody getting a little sideways out of turn number 2. Brian Bianchi down to the bottom. Lap number 1, though, will go to Scott Duncan here tonight, so he'll lead early. See how often the lead changes hands here tonight. One driver on the outside there having some problems. That's the switch tire, Jiffy Lube, number 53. That is Double V here tonight. Double V back there. He's stuck on the outside right now. There goes the Colony Tire and Service Center number 54 of Rex Hoyle. So Hoyle will get his way through. So it's Duncan, Stout, Jenkins, Bianchi, and Hoyle, the top 5 spots. Back here, it's the switch tire entry. Arnold to the outside, not quite making it work right now. That outside lane not there early. So Arnold loses a spot to Rob. Rob a little sideways. Rob attended a lot of races out in California, Irwindale Speedway to be exact. Kind of jealous. Looks like a beautiful venue, never been, and unfortunately probably won't get to it. It's just in the wrong side of the country. See him pass just out in front. There is the 0-1 of A.J. Watkins. Watkins, a driver out of Florida. Doyle low ran. Oh, who's down there? That is Rob trying to take a vacation. Hold on to her, Rob. Rob probably had his music too loud. Rob works over at JL Audio and has some of the best equipment that is out there on the market, I can tell you that. And he's always out there, got it on display. What's on display is Scott Duncan out front. See Duncan out front and Eric Stout right there. The part-time Eric is what they call him. I've heard part-time Eric. I've heard Big Daddy Eric. Either way you want to look at it. Aiden Alvecchione back here, and A.J. Watkins having a little bit of a battle. There you see the Celebrate Remax 0-1 of Watkins working the inside. See if he can pick up this spot here from Aiden Alvecchione. He will. Aiden picked up a couple spots on the initial start, but unfortunately now dropping back to where he started, and there's Doyle Lowrance. Doyle, of course, painting up that beautiful number 7 on his limited late model out of the Raven Graphics stables. He's got one of those brand new Turn 3 Racing koozies that we just got here into the studio. If you want a koozie, make sure to go ahead and give us a message. We got all sorts of colors. When I'm telling you the boss man ordered all the colors, I'm telling you he ordered all the colors. Doyle had his here tonight. He took a picture of it. He had that navy blue one on display. It was great with the colors that he has on his car, too. Biggest mover so far, though, is Rex Hoyle in the Colony Tire and Service Center, number 54. There you see the Wiley veteran. You're on lap number 14. He's been able to pick up 2 spots early here. A couple drivers lost spots on the initial lap of the race, and it's taken them a little while till they've been able to get back those spots. So some drivers have made passes here tonight just to get their spots back, essentially. 15 in the books. They've all been led here tonight by Scott Duncan. Duncan has never been able to pick up a win here on Thursdays. When I look at the all-time starts list, Duncan actually has 24 starts here with this series. He's picked up 0 wins, but he does have 4 pole awards in his name. 8 top 5 finishes to go with those pole awards. Here tonight, though, very strong in practice, very strong in qualifying as he sat on the pole. It's a 3-car breakaway, though, here with Duncan, Stout, and Jenkins. Brian Bianchi, actually, that's Dave Bragg, actually putting a little pressure there on the number 53. 2 of the Jiffy Lube switch tires entry. Jeez, man, maybe they could switch up those paint schemes. Almost, well, all the logos are in the same spot. Dave Bragg, Victor Vowles, and I believe Arnold is even driving a very similar car. Let's see, do we have a camera pointed at the 51? There we go. No, Arnold's the oddball. Arnold, what are you doing, my man? A lot of good-looking cars. Aiden Alvecchione going to scrape up the right-hand side of his car. It was 3 weeks ago when we had this car last out on display. Aiden took the entire practice session to get his wrap up to date on this car. He did not have one done in time for the practice lobby, so sat the entire hour just getting the fine detail on his car. He runs a very similar car on every race car he has here at iRacing. And I thought I was very picky on the cars I drive it. Aiden tops the cake. Right now, Aiden back into the 13th position here. Mike Taschereau, last time we had the limited late model stock out, he was the driver that went to victory lane. Right now, Taschereau has fallen 1 spot back to Brandon Feeney. Feeney even's got some brand new colors on his car. Look at that, the Feeney car. He's got his brand new podcast coming up. Has about 10 people on the waiting list, and recording has already started from what I've been told. They're going to record a couple episodes, get them lined up, ready to go with a couple special guests from the real side of racing in Canada and also here on the sim side. A lot of drivers signing up for that opportunity to get to talk to Brandon Feeney and just talk shop, talk race cars, race track setups, what they can do, who's the up-and-comers, who should have, well, hung it up a long time ago like me. We may be a little biased. We may have had something to do with the logo on that car, too. I mean, don't tell the world. Right now, though, Feeney is up 1 spot, as here's a side-by-side battle. Greg June is into the outside wall. That allowed the 7 of Lowrance. Actually, it was Lowrance in front of the 7, and then, well, things kind of all got bobbled up. And Doyle was at the World of Outlaws race a couple weeks ago, down there at the Devil's Bowl in Texas. I wanted to say Florida, but I knew that was going to be wrong. It was Texas. Doyle is going to Florida soon, though, for Daytona, but it was down in Texas. He was throwing that car in the corner like he was still watching sprint cars. There you see Rob Haynes. He gets around in car 25. It's good to see Rob back here with the series. It's been a couple of weeks since we've seen him. Of course, with his travel schedule all over the place and traveling internationally, sometimes Rob not being able to make all the races with the series, but it is always a joy and our pleasure to see him when he is making a start here with the series. Cheyenne is made of magic travel hopping on board here with the 25 here on iRacing. That's actually Rob's wife. Rob's wife opening up her own travel company. So that's probably why. Now putting the 2 to 2 together. Well, 1 and 1 equals 2, 2 and 2, that's 4. I can do the math, yes. That's why he takes so many trips around the world. Interesting, Rob. See, he tries to play a fast one over us race fans, and Rob right now is 16th fastest, so got to get a little faster, Rob. Got to get up inside that top 10 here. Still a lot of racing left to go because we're still only on lap number 34. There you see the Culpeper's Bakery Cafe, number 14 and 54. Cutler Tire and Service Center of Rex Hoyle. They got their cars tuned up before they came here, race fans. They got a bunch of parts up at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. They took them back down south. to the Colony Tire and Service Center in Greenville, North Carolina. That's where they assembled these two virtual race cars. I'm telling you, look it up. True story. Race leaders, though, in lap traffic. There you see the 25, Rob Haynes going a lap down. And Doyle Lowrance has gone a lap down. Doyle got to swing it way wide. Marbles up there. And we talk about the marbles. That is the little rubber balls that come off these tires when the G-forces, the cars go into the corner with the G-forces. It kind of rips and shreds those tires. And they form little balls of rubber. And they look like, well, you remember those old marbles from back in the day that everybody used to play with and, well, maybe put in a slingshot or two and maybe hit the tree. So Scott Duncan is actually pulling away now here on the long run. Lap number 39, the best lap of the evening. A little bias. We'll go to Scott Duncan. Aiden Alvecchiondo just got passed. And then passed him back. That was Greg June. Those two are right now currently the last two cars on the lead lap. And the race leader is coming. Look, he's right back there. That's the race leader. Scott Duncan will go to the inside. Aiden going to go way high, wide around the outside. Aiden, there is not a groove of racing room up there. We just talked about all the marbles that were up there, and Aiden going to test out that theory. He'll go a lap down, and he'll lose the spot to Greg June. So right now, Aiden is hoping for a caution flag right about now before the 0-1 goes a lap down of A.J. Watkins. So now that's going to put A.J. Watkins as the first car one lap down. Greg June trying to fight for his life right now. See that bright blue, purple, and orange, number 66 of Greg June, trying to keep the race leader behind him. And as he's trying to stay on the lead lap, Scott Duncan's lead is starting to shrink as Stout is actually able to close in a little bit. Look at Duncan, though. He'll use the apron to get around the 66 of June. Hey, there's racing room down there. These boys are going to go get it. There you see the 99 of Mark Jenkins in the iRacing.com, sponsored number 99 here tonight. Having another solid night, has finished the last couple of weeks inside the top three, having podium finishes. When you look back at the last couple of races, it's been a second at Lucas Oil for Mark Jenkins, a third at the Five Flags Speedway, then it was a 16th at Stafford, a 14th at the Legends Oval, but he was running very well there at Charlotte, just not going to get the finish that he deserved. Then it was a third place finish at Oxford Plains, so it's been a couple of podium finishes this season, and looking like it may stay on that string here as we start to get close to lap number 50. Stout pulled about, almost 0.3 of a second closer to the race leader, but has not been able to do anything since then. Nothing happening out there. The two cars that are the closest together are still those team cars there. You see the 14 of Bianchi and the 54 of Rex Hoyle. They're approaching the 66. That is Greg June. These two drivers currently... one driver having some issues. I believe that was Dave Bragg. Bragg got loose, and yeah, it was. The two cars confused me. I had to think of who was who. The only difference, really, when you're looking at the cars from afar, is the number on the car. And yes, Roger, that should give it a dead giveaway. So now that'll put Bragg back into the 7th spot. Victor Val's up into the 6th spot now. That's how they're running on the Speedway. Let's take a look at it. What happened there? Well, Bragg just missed the bottom of the corner and up into the marbles he went. Maybe he realized that the number 53 was also faster, and that's what forced him into making that mistake. But Bragg has not been able to keep pace with that number 53 to learn a thing or two from him. Brandon Feeney also starting to close in. There's Liquid Molly. The Feeney call, Granny Hips, Walkers, and Canes, death to Granny Hips, number 38. Right now, Feeney's back into the 8th spot still. Greg June is the biggest mover of the race so far. He's picked up 4 spots. Scott Duncan, though, picking him up, knocking him down. He just put the 33 of Mike Taschereau a lap down and Arnold Valls a lap down. So let there be now 10 drivers left on the lead lap. Where is Joshua Buckley? Where is the old Walkers and Canes entry? There it is, the 13 MA. Well, Joshua Buckley sitting in 10th spot right now, and if we can, that's Rob Higgins out in front of him. Who is behind him? That's the 7 of Doyle Lowrance, but Lowrance having some connection issues, I do believe. And then it would be your race leader, Scott Duncan. Duncan sitting about a half a straightaway, and called a full straightaway behind Joshua Buckley now. Battle for a spot. Greg June looking to pick up another one. And he will. And there's more cars out in front of him to go get if he can get there. So June on the loud pedal, and he is working his way forward. He is now running into the 5th spot. He's got, or sorry, that's the 12th spot. He's picked up 5, car number 66, that is. Arnold will be the next car that he could go and pass. That'd give him 6 spots gained for car 66. So very fast hot rod just buried at the start of this one. Bob Higgins going to bring the 20-year anniversary checkered flag auto supply number 30 to pit road. Unscheduled stop. Driver's not going to need to make a pit stop here tonight unless that caution flag were to fly. We are over the halfway point home here tonight. Somebody knock on some wood before I say this. We have not had a caution flag to this point. Looks like we have lost the transponder on car number 51. Arnold Valls not being scored here. AJ Watkins also coming to pit road. Not sure if there's a problem on the AJ Watkins entry. There you see the 01 of Watkins. He has pulled it in his stall, and it looks like he may call it a night. We'll take a look back with him in just a little bit. Aiden Navecchio going another lap down, car number 271. He's battling that number 25 of Rob Haynes. Haynes on the outside there, and both drivers going to stick to that outside groove as the race leaders start to work their way by for the second time. So Joshua Buckley has gone a lap down now. We talked about the Granny Hips, Walkers, and Canes entry. That Walker must have a little gooey stuff down on the back sliders. So Buckley a lap down. That puts, there it is, the Cowboy. There's the Cowboy, the checkered flag auto supply, Busch Latte, number 40 of Rob Higgins. Another driver coming to pit road here. It looks like that'll be the 33 of Mike Taschereau. Might be a night, a battle of the attrition. Here comes AJ Watkins. He's back out. He spent, call it 56 seconds on pit road here. Not sure if that was a scheduled stop or not. We've seen multiple drivers coming to pit road. Looks like Dave Bragg is on pit road also. Now Mike Taschereau coming back out. So possibly here tonight, the officials here running a smaller fuel cell on these limited late models. So strategy, you say. We'll see if anybody does decide to take tires here. Not sure if we have anybody down there that's going to be able to tell us tires or no tires. I think AJ Watkins may have put tires on. He spent 56 seconds in his pit stall, where drivers like Mike Taschereau and Dave Bragg, it was just about 12 and a half seconds. So possibly just fuel for those drivers, and boogity, boogity, boogity is where away they went. Scott Duncan working upon some drivers here. That'll be the 31 of Bragg and the 40 of Rob Higgins. Bragg almost down into the grass that time through 1 and 2 to try and get that car to rotate. The Jiffy Lube entry switch tire. Maybe he switched some tires down there. Scott Duncan is still leading the way. Nothing has changed out front. You have not missed Scott Duncan. Let's see, where is Scott Duncan? There he is. He's trying to get around the 40 right there. There is Eric Stout, Mark Jenkins, Rex Hoyle, and Brian Bianchi. Brian Bianchi and Rex Hoyle, they've been linked together all night long so far. Have not been able to get away from each other. The two team cars. Bianchi telling us just the other day that he has been very grateful for linking up with Rex Hoyle. His race program here on iRacing has turned around drastically. He's learned to save the tires. He's learned just how to handle cars in general. And it's not a bad thing to learn from a driver like him. Brian Bianchi also, this past weekend, was sporting his Turn 3 Racing Network hat while he went out to the Thompson Speedway for the Icebreaker. He submitted a photo, many, many days late. But we have it. We didn't forget about it, Brian. See that 33 of Mike Taschereau working his way in the mix here. He got underneath the number 54 there. And I'm looking at it. There was definitely tires put on this 33. So at least right side tires have been put on the 33. Mike Taschereau's lap times with 25 to go there were faster than the race leaders. So Taschereau, Bragg, they all put tires on. Maybe they can make a charge here. It'll be late, it'll be hard, but it is a possible thing. Alvecchione got passed up by Rob Haynes. Haynes did take that spot. Now here comes Alvecchione trying to get it back. Brandon Feeney going to dive to the bottom. He is not in the battle here. Brandon Feeney is actually up to running into the 6th spot with that Feeney call, number 38. And I'm looking at it. Feeney has not come to pit road. I just wanted to make sure because of the way he came past both those machines out there, it may have been him with fresher tires, but that is not going to be the case. So it is 18 to go that time by at the line here tonight for the Colony Tire and Service Center. 100 from the Langley Speedway. You are watching the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Short Track Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing here tonight. Winner on Monday night was Chris Hammett. The one-time series champion on Monday night started his career with Red Light Racing right here on the short track division, running SK Modifieds. He picked up the short track win. We'll see if Scott Duncan is able to be the second winner of the short track here this week for the series. 15 to go. $15 to go on a 4.5 second race lead over the second place machine. There's Eric Stout, the Six Rings Racing entry. But he's got pressure. Mark Jenkins has been there the entire race, within about 3 to 4 car lengths all night long, and this is the closest he has been. As Eric Stout ran the goods off the good rubber. There you see the 33 of Taschereau and a big block down at the corner number 1 that time. With 13 laps to go, these drivers getting very racy. And now Mike Taschereau is put into a hard spot because he's got the second and third place drivers right ahead of him battling for position. And then he's got 4th and 5th behind them. So it's really hard right now if you're Taschereau of what you want to do. You want to try and pick up some spots and uh-oh, the caution lights. Caution lights for Rex Hoyle. The Colony Tire Service Center, number 54, car 54, has gone around. So we're having a bunch them up, stuff them up here at the end of this one. Let's take a look. Watch the 54 of Hoyle. He was running in P number 5 at the time. A little boop and a bop. And a spin it right around. Buckley tried to gas it up and get through. Gassed it up so the car would try and stay to the inside there and not drift back up into the racing lane. And you see him, he was worried about getting hit, so he went straight down to the bottom. So under 10 laps to go. How is everything going to shake out here? Well, take a look at this, race fans. These drivers, all of them, had the option to come to pit road here. There was only 5 drivers on the lead lap. So some of them went to pit road. Some of them stayed out. The drivers that did stay out there were Scott Duncan as the race leader and Brandon Feeney. Feeney elected to stay out. Eric Stout came to pit road. He put 2 tires on. Mark Jenkins came to pit road. He put 2 tires on. Brian Bianchi and Rob Higgins also came to pit road and put 2 tires on. Rob Higgins, I believe, was the lucky dog recipient there, so he will get his lap back, get his service, but he will have to start. There it is. They're telling him to funnel back to the rear of the field, so Higgins will have to start shotgun. We're getting a 6-lap dash. I hate to say it, but I think Brandon Feeney on the old tires on the outside there, that black and light blue with the, I don't even know what kind of color, royal blue rims, the car 38 to the outside here. He, I think, is sitting at a disadvantage here because he's going to be stuck to the outside. Eric Stout, I think, is in the catbird seat. He had a fast car there. I think he might have something here for Scott Duncan. 6 to go as we come back into the green flag restart zone. Feeney not getting the start he needed there. Eric Stout getting a good start. Look at Feeney, though. He has dropped already outside the top 3. He is able to find a home now down on the bottom. He is running 5th. Race leader will come this time. He will see 4 laps to go, and the battle is on because Eric Stout is right there. 4 to go. It's Stout taking the bid to the inside. He's making Duncan work for this one, making him run some lines that he may not like. And with 3 to go, Stout taking a look. And Duncan says, not yet. I'm not ready. Stout with another run. Duncan with another big block down into turn 3. This time, a bump. Oh, they're going to lock him up. They're all going to jam him up. It'll be 2 to go. And now it's a race. It's not just a 1-horse or a 2-horse race. Now Brian Bianchi and Mark Jenkins are going to be here. Eric Stout is to the inside. There was a little bump that time from Stout, and then a little bit of a run. This time it'll be white flag presented by Culpeper's Bakery and Cafe. Final trip around the Speedway. Scott Duncan is right there. Will he return the favor? Will he give Stout a little bit of a bump down into the corner? As they come out of turn number 4, it'll be Eric Stout picking up the win here tonight. Eric Stout, Scott Duncan, Mark Jenkins, Brian Bianchi, Brandon Feeney, Rob Higgins. Your lead lap cars. Scott Duncan leads the most laps here tonight, but it will be Eric Stout picking up the win. The driver out of Virginia. He will win here tonight. So as Stout heads right to pit road, we'll see if his car will make it through tech. Take a quick look here. Unofficial results here on the screen. Scott Duncan, Brian Bianchi picking up the 2 top spots with Brandon Feeney. That is, nope, that is definitely not our finishing results here tonight. I'm just lying to you. I'll read you those stats, though. That is a little incorrect. It'll be Eric Stout, Scott Duncan, Mark Jenkins, Brian Bianchi, Brandon Feeney, then Rob Higgins. That's your top 6 drivers finishing on the lead lap. They're laughing at me in the truck because I started to read that, and it was definitely incorrect. Race fans, we'll be right back here with the post-race show here from Langley tonight and talk to your top podium finishers.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans. A lot of things happening. We're getting a lot of information here at the Langley Speedway. Disqualifications here after tech, post-race inspection, and a whole bunch of other things going on. What we can tell you officially, though, for the viewers that are still out here watching tonight, the top 3 has changed from the last time we announced it. This is your official top 3 here after tonight's 100-lap feature. We will get to the drivers here in a second, but your top 3 finishers will be Scott Duncan picking up his first career win. Then it will be Brian Bianchi in car number 14 coming across the line in second, and Brandon Feeney will pick up the third and final podium position. So like we said, if things have gotten a little shaken and jumbled up here as the scoring is not being scored correctly, And I can tell you the rest of the results here tonight are 100% unofficial here tonight at Langley. They will be looked over by our admin team and the officials, and we will get that to you as soon as we can. If we don't get it to you before we log off here tonight and sign off, we will definitely be able to catch that over at redlightracing.net and the Facebook page of Red Light Racing. So with that being said, we can officially bring in our podium finishers here tonight, and that will kick things off with the driver that will pick up his first career win. And well, Scott, I guess it's one way to pick up a win. You led the most laps here tonight, and your car will be rolled into victory lane for the first time. So I guess, how does it feel?
Feels good to finally finish good this season.
I mean, at the end of that race there, though, you weren't scored as the race leader. How did this come to you? Like, were you in defeat, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, I won"?
Yeah, I was in defeat when I got sideways, and then I tried to run him back down, and then Eric said that he had a black flag. So after the checker, I was confused because it was still scoring me second, and so I thought I had second, then first, and then I thought I had second again because it still wasn't changing, and then they said that I won, so
you won. That's all that matters, is you won. You know what it was, Scott? I think it's because last week your hat got delivered finally after sitting in customs.
Well, that is true. Last week I had my hat sitting on my desk. I figured this week I better put it on my head, and I won. So next week, definitely staying on my head.
So an interesting move there by yourself. So now you finally got the monkey off your back. Where do we go from here? Because the points championship battle, when I do look at it, it's still within reach here in the closing races. Do you think we might be able to leapfrog a couple of these guys? Because there's a lot of drivers that have been missing here as of late. So that point standings that came in 67 points, it's really going to shrink now.
I'm going to give it a try, but I'm definitely just going to be trying to maybe pit more. I'm trying to go for wins, basically. Well,
I like to fill the trophy case myself. Unfortunately, I'm a terrible driver. That's why Josh Buckley, after season 1, race like number 6, kicked me up here to the booth. So that's why they make me talk to you guys instead of racing out there with you. But Scott, for the first time ever, we're going to do this for you. We're going to roll this red carpet out. We're going to hand you the microphone. I know there's people out there that watch week in and week out for you and that make this, a reality, kind of a lifelong dream.
Yeah, I got to thank my dad. He watches every week, and my cousin Nate and Lauren and Leanne and all of them, they come out to watch, and my friends watch and everybody, so I just got to thank them and thank everybody that comes out and watches these races.
There you hear it. They call him Scooter sometimes, race fans, and, well, he picks up the big win here tonight. Scott Duncan will pick up his first career win with the series right here at the virtual Langley Speedway. So as he is your official winner here tonight, who came across the line then in second and across the scales? Well, it'll be the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe, number 14 of Brian Bianchi. Brian, a great run for you. It looked like you were buried back there around the 4th, 5th position all night long. And then once everything kind of smoke cleared, here you are.
Yeah, it's been a long time, Roger. Honestly, it's been a long time. I was catching them, and then we got a caution. So I got tires, and there was only 4 or 5 guys on the lead lap. I thought for sure Scott was a dead duck, but he drove a good race to still finish first.
And you talk about Scott being a dead duck out there with those older tires. Brandon Feeney also starting on tires. Did that cross your mind at all on that restart?
Yeah, I was hoping that we, with tires, weren't going to run those guys over, so I made sure I stayed back a little bit.
So you stayed back, you stayed put, you hunkered down, and you have yourself a great night here. It's been a little bit of a, you even alluded to it, it's been a while since we talked, and a little bit of a rough patch here. Does this really start to kick the ball down the road and possibly being able to see some good finishes here in the closing races?
Yeah, I mean, we work hard. I expect to be up front, so we work hard at it to practice every week and make sure we unload fast.
Well, you unloaded fast here tonight, and you know what I think it was? Do you know?
I don't know, what was it?
It was, well, the winner here tonight had his hat on. You had your hat on over the weekend at the racetrack. It's got to be the Turn 3 hat.
I mean, it could be the hat. It might be my good luck charm. I'll have to wear it next week.
Well, hey, congratulations here tonight on a podium finish. It's a good-looking red hot rod out there. There's names on the side of it. Who are they?
Well, it's been so long. I got some new sponsors and stuff that I've never got to give credit to. But Culpepper's Bakery and Cafe, Colony Tire, Bianchi Cash Register, Bar Mackey, Christina's Custom Cuts, Zeno's Luxury Jackets, Danny's Diamond Deals. Oh man, I'm missing people, I'm sure, but we'll get them next time.
Hey, it's been a while, race fans. He's a little rusty at it. Give him till next week. He'll have it all written down, typed up. Notes on his fire suit over there. Brian Bianchi, though, will be the driver that finishes second here tonight. And I guess they're telling me on the call it's some guy named Feeney that crosses the line. Brandon, where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Came from the back, saved as much tire as I could to be able to restart up the front.
You restarted. You ran around the 6th and 7th position most of the night, and then that final restart there, you elected to stay out on the only caution flag here tonight. Restarted on the front row. Were you worried that the older tires were going to slip and slide down in turn number 1?
I didn't know Scott was going to stay out when I originally stayed out. Just figuring if I went down and took 2 tires like everybody else, I was running back in the 6th, 7th spot. I wasn't going to gain anything. So I figured stay out, try to get the track position, and see what happens.
You got that track position, and then... I think you were actually the 5th one across the line, but after all the, flags and smoke, and I don't even know, I think there might have been hand grenades and beer bottles being thrown out there, you're actually going to be scored 3rd. So how does that feel? I mean, it was a good night, and then it got even better.
I'm not going to lie, I was happy with 5th. That would be 2 5th places in the red light this week, and then with the black flags happening, bumped up to 3rd. We get to talk without someone giving up their spots today.
Well, we talk about that, and then let's talk about that paint scheme again. It's 2 races this week and 2 brand new paint schemes.
Yeah, this paint scheme was done by Josh Buckley to start promoting the podcast. Just waiting to basically record the first one and start editing it, and hopefully it'll be out by the end of the month.
Well, Brandon, it's great to talk to you again, and another good-looking hot rod out there on the racetrack. The only thing we got to change is we got to get that 38 updated, my man.
Yeah, we're talking about updating it, but I like the look with the blue car of having a basic number on this one.
Well, basic it can be. I like basic too. So, hey, congratulations, though. Before we let you wander away here and probably go play some golf or something like you guys like to do after these races, who do you got to thank once again back home in Canada?
I got to thank Liquid Molly for sponsoring me in real life and in the sim here. Also sponsoring the Monday night post-race. And Auto Tired Safeties, Platinum RV Sales and Service. I got to thank you up in the booth for doing a great job. Probably one of the best broadcasters in the business. And Josh Buckley and the admin team for giving us a great place to race.
There you hear it. He's from Ontario, Canada, race fans, and that will be your 3rd place finisher. I do have the rest of the results here, and Brandon Feeney actually was nice enough to hand deliver those to us here right before we started his interview. Here is your official standings and how they will run down here tonight. Scott Duncan will pick up the win with Brian Bianchi in 2nd. Brandon Feeney will finish 3rd. Rob Higgins in 4th. Rex Hoyle back into the 5th spot. Craig June, look at him coming through the field, the biggest mover and shaker at the dance here tonight. He will finish right there behind Rex Hoyle. That would be the 6th spot. Victor Valls will finish into the 7th spot. 8th will be Dave Bragg. Joshua Buckley in 9th. Mike Tashra will round out the top 10. That's your top 10 here tonight after 100 laps here in the Colony Tire and Service Center. 100 here for the virtual Langley Speedway, and what a great one it was. Just 1 caution flag here tonight. That means we will head now to the South Boston Speedway on April the 20th. That will be with the street stock. 100 laps are on the docket for that one. That's going to be a good one. South Boston, Sobo. Small little track. Small tire on a big, heavy street stock car. So until we see you next time, race fans, we thank you for tuning in here tonight. We thank the Colony Tire and Service Center. We thank the Checkered Flag Auto Supply and Red Light Racing. And we thank you, race fans, from all of us here at the Turn 3 Racing Network for tuning in here tonight. And until we see you next time, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.